So what we've seen over the last week or 10 days or so, what is called shaping operations. And the idea of those is to confuse the Russians and to convince them that the attack's going to come from here rather than there. And so we've seen stuff in the information space. We've seen lots of videos, statements by Ukrainian ministers, and most recently they've asked for media silence, which is a good way of getting the Russians anxious. We've also seen some probing attacks, some establishing of a few Ukrainian positions, which then withdraw. And then last night we saw surface drones attack some of the Russian Black Sea fleet in Sevastopol, which is a classic move to overload Russian decision-making. So they're worrying about this attack in Sevastopol rather than spending their time thinking about the counteroffensive. So all of these three things together are telling us that the Ukrainians really have already started shaping the battlefield and trying to confuse and deceive the Russian forces. Well, the key point is that the Russians don't know where this counteroffensive, the main blow of it, is going to fall. And in order to have a successful offensive like that, you need surprise, creativity and deception. And those three things the Ukrainians have demonstrated to us over the previous year that they're very good at those things, actually, and they need to be because they're fighting for their territory. On the other hand, the Russian forces are quite hierarchical, quite slow to make decisions, and often they continue pursuing lines of activity that aren't very successful for them. So just looking at the two forces, I think we can say that the Ukrainians stand a good chance. The final point I would make is that Ukraine has to be successful this year. The West has significantly equipped Ukraine for this counteroffensive, and if they aren't successful this year, then it's very unlikely that the West is going to equip them again for another counteroffensive.
Recordemos que hace un mes la Unión Europea alcanzó un acuerdo político para destinar 1.000 millones de euros en el envío en un año de 1 millón de balas, artillería y munición para Ucrania, pero 4 semanas después continúa bloqueado por las divisiones entre los Estados miembros. Hay un bloque liderado por Francia que quiere que este dinero solo se destine a las industrias europeas, mientras que otros como Polonia o Países Bajos son más pragmáticos y quieren ampliarlo a firmas extracomunitarias ante el temor de que la industria europea no sea capaz de llegar a estas demandas de producción. Ucrania ya ha reaccionado, ha criticado su malestar, lo ha hecho además de forma pública, y aquí en Bruselas entienden este enfado en Kiev. Algunas altas fuentes europeas nos decían recientemente que entienden la presión que hay sobre las filas de Volodymyr Zelensky porque hay vidas humanas detrás, pero que Ucrania también debe entender que los acuerdos europeos son a 27 y que en algunas ocasiones son difíciles.